Something happened there. That was weird.
Okay, we have 8 callings in the house. We have John Sennessy in the house.
John Sennessy's in the house.
It's like, let me see. I believe Kevin is in the house. Like we have
Bellafato,
yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm trying to count, like go through it quick. Like,
yeah, well, you're not going to be able to name everybody. We've got, of course, Aid Collins is here from the UK, which always blows me away because it's so late there. But yeah, we've got a few people in here, and why that dove out just a second ago, I don't know. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that and see if that continues to happen. But hello, everyone. We are coming to you from the parking lot here at Casino Palma, which is just outside of Escondido, which is just north of San Diego, California.
And we got here today, and actually the reason we're here is because we got caught without a campground on Memorial Day weekend, I guess.
Imagine that.
It's like
we forgot to book a campground for Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, so we were like, oh, let's book somewhere else, and we checked county campgrounds and we checked state campgrounds and sold out full, and we're like, well, it's like actually we have people we know have stayed here before. And in this campground, they had great reviews about this campground. And
well, it's not a campground.
Sorry. It's like
great reviews about this parking lot.
Casino camping, and actually their name is Dorian Mena. If you, they're YouTubers too. They stay here, and they allow you to stay here for 3 nights, up to 3 nights, and they give you a $10 voucher to actually go and play, and they give you a $25 coupon for the buffet. That actually their meals and lunch are like $10.99, something like that. So we're gonna have a meal for free too.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So it's kind of crazy. They're paying you to stay here.
I think we've got great signal here. I'm gonna throw the booster on just in case. So if you keep this folks
everything last minute. It's like.
Well, no, it's not super last minute. It's totally last minute.
Tom Waters, hey Tom and Faye. He's like.
I saw Lori and Brian are in the house.
Casinos are some of the best places to stay. It's funny because we have not stayed in a lot of them. Like we really don't.
Because they're expensive.
Yeah, usually they're expensive because actually I'm not too much of a gambler, but Paul will go and gamble. So it's like he makes the stays expensive. Sometimes they pay you. We stay, I believe he was in Washington, Kevin, Laura, Paul, and I, and Kevin won, I think, like $300 or something like that. Sometimes actually the casinos pay you. So
not me.
Not Paul. There's a saying in Mexico, like if you're lucky with love, you're unlucky when gambling or something like that. So. Oh,
awesome.
So that means that you're lucky, you know.
Country Bound just threw us a couple of bucks. Thank you very much. That's awesome.
A little bit helps. Every
little bit helps.
So, Kevin.
We could turn this into a telethon.
What?
Through your gracious donations. No.
I can bring Ozzy.
Ozzy, little sad face.
He's like, Kevin actually asked, did you get your jack off?
I got the jack off, but then I jacked on too. So it's back on and seems to be working fine. Of course, one of the other ones that acts up every now and then really acted up over the last couple of days, but now it's working. So eventually it's going to wind up costing us either a whole new jack system or we're going to have to get a new coach. Lori's gunning for a new coach.
Guess which one I'm pushing for. It's like Paul just doesn't want to leave Freya back. It's like he is attached to Freya. And
I love Freya.
Like, at some point when Freya is going to start like costing a lot of money, I think it just makes sense to move on.
Somebody said my t-shirt said Ucky. Come on now. I'm lucky. Right here.
It's like, it's just the angle.
It's just my angle.
You should be
I need to stick up my
right
boobies.
Angle. Kind of like prom picture.
Oh, by the way, can everybody hear us? I guess we should have asked that before we got 5 minutes in.
Freddy Hatcher, hola amigos, welcome home. Yes.
Hola everybody, yes.
It's weird. It's funny because now that we're back in the U.S., even the crappiest campground feels like a luxury.
Yeah.
Because it's actually a campground now.
Bienvenido, mi casa.
Sure.
That's correct, right? Welcome to my house.
Bienvenido, you make it singular, so just to one person. Bienvenidos.
Bienvenidos.
A mi casa.
Mi casa.
To my home. It's like Rick and Amy. I don't know if that means something.
Jack off?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Lori's first language, so she doesn't understand that joke.
No.
Those are leveling jacks. So they'll take the jack off. That's all they mean.
I don't think so.
We'll explain later when the children are asleep.
Rick Vance, welcome back to the U.S. from what looked like paradise in Mexico. It was. Oh, let me tell you guys.
There's still a couple more videos coming, including the one that was supposed to happen today but isn't happening today because we're doing last Saturday live and we goofed off last night in the San Diego meetup, so I didn't get it edit completed, so I'll have it up for tomorrow. But there's still a couple more. I'm already apologizing. Well, I know it's not going to happen today.
Wow, you didn't even shave today.
I didn't shave. Do you want me to go shave?
Jesus.
I can go shave and come back.
Jesus, like he was totally unprepared today. But yeah, it was Mexico was paradise.
I can't believe you called me out in front of everybody. Now I'm feeling all night I'm gonna be self-conscious like.
And then he got some sunburn yesterday, so he's all like red, flashy red.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, Mexico was amazing, but I have to really pull Paul out of Mexico because he wants to stay even longer.
Yeah.
But I have to say, 2 days ago we were watching something, a podcast. Well, it sounds weird when I say watching a podcast, but it's actually a podcast that they record and they also put them on YouTube. So that's why we were watching it. But the podcast itself was talking about one of the most dangerous cities in Mexico being Tijuana. And we're like, we don't think so. So we Googled most dangerous cities in the world, and we found that actually Los Cabos, San Lucas is #1.
According to statistics.
We're like we literally didn't see anything happening. Nobody being afraid. Everybody, multi-million-dollar resorts going in, tourism everywhere. A lot of expats. It's like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, we didn't see much, so much as a fist fight. So
yeah, so it was weird to see that stat when we had just been there and actually seen it with our own eyes.
But it is what it is. I mean, Memphis is the same way. Memphis is one of the most dangerous cities in the United States. Actually, St. Louis, I think, took over for it, but we didn't see that either. But anyways,
Don Klein,
don't focus on the bad stuff.
Quick update from Don Klein, 334 days until full timing.
Woohoo! Don, 334 days. Nice. Is that under a year? Yeah. 365 days in a year. Yes. I had to double check my math for a second. And somebody said we keep freezing up, so I don't know. We had really solid signal earlier.
Yeah. George Smith is in the house.
Hey George, what's happening?
It's like he made it this month. It's
like I see Cynthia's asking about Ozzy. Where did he go?
He was at the door looking out. By the way, this casino, it's beautiful around us. It's just all hills around us. And it has been raining so much lately that all the hills around us are like extremely green. So they look extremely nice right now.
Here he is.
Oh, got him. There he is. He doesn't like to be held though. So it's just a matter of time of 2 minutes for him to jump
before
out.
He scratches me and runs away.
He doesn't scratch.
No, he doesn't scratch. Look, buddy. Everybody wants to see you. Look. Can you see yourself up there? No?
He's like, I just want to go.
Yeah, he just wants to get out of here. But anyway, that's Ozzy. So everybody wonders how Ozzy's doing? Hey, I'm Ozzy. Yeah, he's struggling. And off he goes. So Ozzy doesn't like the love.
Okay, I'm trying to see by the way, if you have any questions, please put them in all caps so I can identify them pretty quick. Also, copy your question in itself when you're doing it. So if I don't answer it and I already scroll through it, it's like you can paste it again and I can read it. Yeah,
just before you type it out, just hit the caps lock and then make sure you take the caps lock back off. But that way it stands out from the rest of the conversation because I know you guys are having conversations with yourself. I know Miller's in there stirring up shit, so.
Oh, this is how we roll. It's like, they're here. What's up, guys? Those are New York, I think.
New Yorkers.
Where you headed for summer? Diane Darcy asked.
That way.
Where it's not hot for sure.
Yeah.
Although it has not been hot at all.
That's north. Yeah, really, it hasn't been hot down here. We've been waiting for that because it was starting to get scorching down in Cabo. And then once we got halfway up the peninsula, it just started to chill out. And then it hasn't been great. The last couple of days has been t-shirt weather here, but before that it was light jacket in San Diego.
It really,
so it was crazy.
We crossed the border, and by the way, after crossing the border, I got very sick for 2 or 3 days. I mean, I guess like the stomach flu or something like that. And like, so we stayed at the RV, and then after that, weather got crappy, and Paul was working and all that stuff. Like, it was raining so much, so we really didn't do too much in San Diego.
Yeah. Oh, Leon and Elaine are here. I'm gonna wave to you guys out the door.
What?
Hey guys. Are they? Do they see me waving? I know they're just down the road. No. All right.
I know.
Leon and Elaine, we met them last night at the Meetup. They're just down the road at a campground down here.
Yeah, we had a Meetup last night, and it was so fun. It was so fun.
We had like what, 6 or 8 people?
6 or 8.
No, it was like 16.
Yeah,
it was fun
because everybody gets to talk and chat with each other. A lot of people from Quartzsite actually around, so it was people that we have met before already, and they made it to San Diego. So it was.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was very cool.
But talking about like where we're heading now is like to we only know where we're heading for the next week, 2 weeks, but after that, I mean, everything's still in the air. Now we have to plan the next 2 weeks in advance because we are in Southern California where everything gets full all the time.
Yeah.
So we're forced pretty much to plan ahead a little bit at least, and even then, we don't have a campground tonight.
Right. So technically the plan is we're gonna dabble in Southern California on our way to Yosemite and the Sequoia National Park. So we're gonna hit those, and then after that it's east. We really don't know after that, and that'll be within the next month. Yosemite probably.
Never been there, so it's like I would like to.
I've been there on motorcycles, but never been there for anything else.
I know usually on the way it's Yosemite, we're gonna hit Sequoia. That's like a little bit southern from there. So I used to do both national parks.
Yep.
And Joseph Hewitt, actually, he's in the hospital. He's like for pneumonia, so he's watching us from the hospital.
Wow, sorry to hear that, man.
He's like, hope you get better.
That's crazy.
Very soon, and you will. You'll see. You'll get better.
You will. I saw somebody. It rolled through there. It said, "How did the border crossing go?" It took a half hour total, I think, by the time we got into the line. There's a huge story behind our border crossing because the GPS sucked in Tecate where we crossed and put us in a really bad spot, and we kind of just looked at the overhead on the map and it looked like it was good, and then we found out that they had put a barrier in that spot and you're no longer allowed to go there.
This says we recorded too much of that, really.
We didn't record too much of it
as it happened
because we didn't know what was happening at the time until we got screwed, and then I was a little pissed.
Oh, he always says that. Well, he was, but it's his go-to emotion, just getting pissed.
Yeah.
It's like, doesn't matter what happens, he just gets pissed. But here's the thing.
Okay, so who gets to a spot where you can't back out and can't turn around and goes, "Oh my goodness, this is a wonderful position to be in"?
For me, it's like, if this is the worst thing that happens to me today, I'm okay. It's like, I'm good, I'm safe, I'm alive, I'm happy. It's like, what's the worst scenario there? We just have to back up 3 blocks and then go around.
We just had to back up 3 blocks, that's it. And then get a police escort to the border.
Yeah. And police got there, he's like, "Are you guys okay? You got an accident?" It's like, no, it's like, we're okay, we're just trying to turn around. Don't worry, I stopped the traffic. He literally got out, stopped the traffic so we could turn around. We're like, "Thank you so much, we're gonna hook up everything and get on our way," right? And he's like, no, wait for you guys. Is like, do your thing and I escort you to the borders, to the place you should go. And I was like, "No, you have to." No, I want to, don't worry about it. He was super cool talking to both of us, and
lights flashing. Police officer in a pickup truck gave us a police escort for a couple miles till we got to the border.
Congratulate me on the fact that he said I speak very good Spanish.
Yeah, he told Lori her Spanish was really good, the cop in Mexico, so that was pretty funny. I
was gonna kick out of that. Like, so, but
Lori's like, "I'm trying."
He's like, "Thank you." Like,
so that put an extra almost hour in our deal, but the actual crossing by getting in line and crossing over was no more than 30 minutes. We were about 3rd or 4th car in line in Tecate, and then the guy was shift changing, so he didn't want to talk to us. He was just, "Here, take this slip over to secondary inspection." We rolled over to secondary inspection. They stole our apples for lunch, for a snack, and then let us go. They came on board. They did a quick inspection, asked about fruit. We told them we had apples and stuff, and that's it.
He always says for lunch. I don't think they even
no, that's all that
produce of somebody else.
What are they going to do with the 3 apples that they took from us? You really think they're going to stamp those things?
No, throw them away.
They're not going to. They're going to throw them away, all right. They're going to throw them down their gullet for lunch, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm. RV tripping, you have to go to the north entrance to Sequoia National Park with an RV. Yes, we actually Googled that, and
we're not even going to go into the park with the RV. We're going to park out and do day trips in. We're just not going to do it.
Yeah, the length of the RV to actually do the loop, come from the south and go around, is 24 or 25 feet, I believe.
Yeah, it was a 24-foot max on the coming in from the south. And I've been through there on a motorcycle before. The road is brutal. So we're not even going to do that. We're just going to boondock somewhere outside of the park and do a day trip in. We're not going to spend too much time actually in Sequoia itself. It'll be maybe 1 or 2 trips in, but we're not gonna do a whole lot of time there.
Yeah, I can't remember the name. I kind of like scroll it past it. Oh, actually,
what's that?
Ed Miles. It's like
Ed Milius.
Milius
Or Milius.
$5.
$5. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
To the cost. And it's like, but somebody asked us, why is that we said we have to work if we already sold our business? So that was.
We didn't sell Microsoft. We sold a small detailing company.
Yeah, we're not retired by any means.
Yeah, guys, our company wasn't a retirable sale. Our company was a sale that will keep us rolling for the next 4 or 5 years. But we didn't sell Tesla or Microsoft or even a mid-sized company. I would say it's a small business to say the least. And
by the way, that was David. I found him, David W.
Yeah, it wasn't a boom, we're out and woohoo, retired and partying every night. It wasn't that kind of sale. So
also, he's been a little bit sneaky. Like, he's just trying to get stuff on the table. He's like a little cat. Like, if I put something there, he just goes for it. He's just like that.
And it's a cat, so he knocks it off the table.
See, that's how we know the earth is not flat, because cats will have pushed everything off the earth already.
That is true. That is true.
That's my theory, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not retired by any means.
No.
It's like, but I'm trying to get back into stock trading. I usually stopped doing it for the longest time because of the speed we'll traveling, places we'll go that has no cell signal, being in Mexico, being in Alaska, so many things. And it's like, I was like, I just kind of like slow trade one here and one there just for kind of like to grow the portfolio. That was it. But now it was like, no, now I'm gonna go back into trading faster but more for income. So I'm starting to get into that again. I've been out of it for a little bit. And Paul, you're always busy.
I'm always busy doing a lot, but it's not stuff that makes money. So I mean, I might do a video on that here soon to explain that, but our last check from Google, from YouTube, was $318. So for, I don't know, the 30 or 40 hours a week, every week in and week out. So again, I don't want to get into that. I mean, just complaining about it. We need to fix that, and we'll fix it.
Okay, Dennis Yee just bought a Thor Area 31 diesel and hit the road in October when I retired. Congratulations!
Nice.
It's
Congrats.
like a lot of people retiring this year and going on the road. I'm so excited.
A lot of the big baby boomers getting out on the road.
Yeah. Okay, from Mark and Lisa from Kansas, full time at last. Yay! Jake Gooch, I'm assuming is the pronunciation of the last name. It's like, it's Mexico unsafe to RV. It's like, I don't know what, depending what you mean by unsafe. What's
unsafe?
I
there's there's a big undertow if you camp near Todos Santos, so that's unsafe.
But no, I was gonna say the road itself is a little bit unsafe with big rigs, I will say.
Yeah. And well, it's really narrow, so you want to be a skilled driver if you're going to drive that road. It's just narrow as hell. So I mean, that part of it's unsafe. If you're talking about people being gunned down in the streets, stop watching the freaking news, people.
Okay, come down. Calm down a little bit. Jesus.
The news is meant to be negative, or there wouldn't be any news. So if you look at the headlines, yep, it's a very unsafe to go. If you look at statistics, it's a very unsafe place to go. As Lori just said earlier, if you guys weren't here, for those of you who weren't here, Los Cabos is rated the most dangerous city in the world, which means San Jose del Cabo and Cabo San Lucas. They're statistically the most dangerous cities in the world. We never saw a fist fight. I never heard a gunshot. And yet, if I go to North Las Vegas, or even Las Vegas as a whole, we hear gunshots all the time while we're there. So, and we've seen fist fights in bars. We've seen fist fights at casinos. We've seen people being dragged out of casinos. So, what's unsafe? I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, cut it out. Like we were talking about a week ago, 10 days ago with the Hamptons because they were in Louisiana and they were going to pass through Memphis, or they want to stay in Memphis to do some of the live music there and everything. But they're like, everybody's telling us not to go, it's very unsafe. And you go and actually Google, Memphis is one of the most unsafe cities in the country. And they still went and stayed at the campground, all these things. And they have a blast. They love Memphis.
They went to Graceland.
And to Sun Studios. And it's
Beale
like,
Street.
They just have an amazing time. And it's like...
As did we.
And again, it's like... And we did too. And at some point, you have to get past those fears of what people tell you. Because most people actually, that will tell you that people have not been there anyway.
Yep.
And it's like... And once you pass those fears and you're careful... It's like... Because it's not like we're going to go to Memphis 3 in the morning to walk the streets there. It's like... You need to put yourself in a good situation. Yeah,
we weren't walking down dark alleys in Los Cabos. Yeah, we weren't going out and buying drugs. We weren't trying to sell drugs. We weren't...
Yeah, so it's like, at that point, it's like you need to get past sometimes your comfort zone and you realize, oh, that wasn't that big of a deal.
Although that might be an option, because I heard there's good money in that. Maybe I should become a drug dealer. We could be like Breaking Bad.
Then we will become retired.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to give a shout out to Rafa, Lisa, Mia, Kathy, and Petita.
Rafa!
I have
What's happening?
Heard of you guys or seen any of you guys in a long time. We miss you guys.
The whole Irana family's in the house. They're in Mexico right now, aren't they?
They actually live now in Mexico. They were going to go just for 1 year, but I think they're staying there now.
So, Raph, you might want to throw a comment in there. Like, do you guys feel like you're in danger? They're living in Mexico right now. Are you guys in danger?
Merida is one of the most chill cities.
Yeah, it's
some
really
of the
chill.
Cities actually on the East Coast, on the southern end of Mexico, they're compared their crime to Belgium, like very, very low crime. So that's my 2 cents, but they're getting too passionate about it, Paul. Okay, how was the meetup? We just said that. Johnson says buffering, freezing. That's not good. George, when are you coming back to Texas? If it was for me tomorrow, George, I actually like Texas and I miss Texas. I think people are super nice and so much stuff to hike and see over there too.
I wonder why it's buffering.
Kelly Epifanio, the Epifanios. Hello from Vegas 1,000 Trails. Ooh, my favorite 1,000 Trails.
Now there's the place that you're going to hear gunshots and ambulances and fire trucks and helicopters.
If you need
all day long.
If you need a prostitute right there at your door.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like a Grubhub. It's like just calling right there at your door.
Absolutely. Delivered right to your door.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, it's just weird when you're like walking on the main street, like the strip on Las Vegas, and seeing the billboards passing of the girls half naked, just kind of like advertised to your door or something like that.
Yeah. Now we're not seeing any freezing at all on our side, so I don't know. It may if it's happening to everybody, then our apologies. I don't know what to tell you, but if it's only happened to a few, it's on your end. Lower the resolution on your end. Let me see if I don't know. I'm gonna touch something.
Stuart Little's in the house. When are you coming back to Jersey? We don't know. It's like that. That's a.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one going back. That's Brian and Michelle, by the way. It's gonna be a tough one going back there. See, drinking white wine, guys, for you guys. Yeah, but no, we don't have right now so far plans, but you never know. Like I said, we never have plans of what we're doing. So maybe we might. We were actually the other day talking about like places that we want to go still, or what's still on our bucket list. I wanted to do the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta this year, and everything is sold out at this point. And that's part of one of those events. Like if you're planning on going, you have to really book way in advance. So at this point, everything is sold out. Everything is booked. Not gonna happen. So that's still on my list. And we were talking about some national parks some stuff to do. So based on that, and one area was actually the east. We missed Vermont and we missed New Hampshire, and we would like to spend more time in Maine.
Yeah.
So at some point we will go back to that area.
Yeah, we definitely want to get back up there. I mean, I love New York City, so I'd like to go back to New York City as well.
It's the itch for a new Jeep getting stronger. Hi, Rick, you're bringing an interesting topic here in this household.
You know what? As soon as we cross back across the border, then it goes away because we're not off-roading and doing all that stuff. So who knows? Eventually, probably, but again, I don't. We're fairly frugal when it comes to stuff like that. Like, we will spend money on attractions and going and doing things, but when it comes to purchasing stuff, it's really not. Like, Lori's car works fine, and so why get rid of it when
I like my car.
You know,
I really like the best feature of my car. I think is the moonroof, and that's the one thing I like. And it's comfortable for me, drives nice and smooth, and it's like for me the why. But he's the one that got all excited that we need a new vehicle, and I was like, do we need it like right now?
Because we enjoyed the off-roading and things. It's just we may not do that much of it here, so we'll see. Still in the back burner though, because once we get into the Southwest, like down into the Arizona area and stuff again, that might crop its or might rear its ugly head again. But for right now, the car works good. I've got the one suspension piece that I've got and I need to put in. I'm going to do it here over the next couple of days while we're in the casino.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not going to happen here in the next couple of days.
No,
I've got so much other
here.
things I've got some editing to catch up on. So.
Maury Emmerich, how often do you clean your Berkey filters? They're due for a cleaning right now, so we might do it anytime soon. But
as far as cleaning them, I don't know if we've ever cleaned them.
No,
we're gonna replace them.
You can do the priming again. And for the people here in the chat that don't know what the Berkey is our water filter system. It's just based on gravity. You don't have to plug it in or anything like that, and it has 2 sets of different kind of filters. And it has been amazing. That's the only thing we used in Mexico to filter our water. I mean, it was like tap water going into the Berkey and then drinkable water. So that's how we did it.
That was one of the questions we had. We actually did a video on that, which I haven't released yet. People were asking about, is the drinking water safe in Mexico? And it's really, we use the little blue filter coming out of the taps to fill up our tanks, and then the Berkey, and that's it. And we made it 3 months without any issues. So as far as we know, we could have things growing inside of us right now.
Probably when I'm talking about giving also his deworming, probably we should take some.
Yeah, we should probably do that too, just in case. No, that wouldn't have been the problem. It would have been arsenic or something else like that. Somebody said where we head next. For those of you who just jumped on, our short-term goal or a short-term destination is Yosemite within the next month. And then after that, east. So easterly. We don't know where, but Utah-ish, Colorado-ish. Easterly.
Post a photo of Meetup, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, we'll be.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Oh, Cynthia did it? Oh, okay, cool. I was gonna say, yeah, we have it, but ever.
Kelly, what happened to Lorena's phone? I just got my phone back literally a week ago.
Well, you didn't get it back. You got a new one.
Well, a new one, yeah. They told her to replace it, and the process was so easy and so fast. It was pretty amazing, actually. Like, I just put the claim, and they asked me what happened. I told them I have to sign an affidavit of what happened, send it to them, and after that, literally the next day, they shipped an overnight next day phone to the campground, and now I have it. I've been setting it up, but you have to log in to everything, so it's like I'm going through all that process of backup and all that stuff. But it's like I have it already. And the funny thing, we were talking about it last night, about how for a month and a half at the beginning, I went through the shakes of not having a phone. Like, oh my God, what's happening in the world? It's like, what? I don't know, like, who is where and all that stuff, or what's happening. And after some point, you let go and you just live your life and do your thing and all that stuff. And now that I have my phone back, I have noticed myself that I'm not even going to my phone that much to see where everybody is or posting pictures and anything. Like actually, I'm going the other side. Like, do I really need all this social media? But it's like I guess I need to start posting pictures again on Instagram and on Facebook that I have not done. And I lost so many pictures because that happened when we're going on the East Cape where there's no cell signal or Wi-Fi or anything. And all those pictures I took in between, and by the time the accident happened, there was no backup on the iCloud. So all those pictures, I went to the Apple store and all that stuff, and they told me, "Yeah, I'm sorry, we cannot help you. Those pictures are lost." So I'm not gonna get to post or show those pictures to you guys. That they were amazing pictures. But yeah, but I have my phone back. I'm just trying to get again into the whole mood of like posting and checking and see what the world is doing. It's like
Brian said you're smirking at a lot of comments. Brian, she smirks at all your comments, your YouTube stuff. She's always smirking at your shit. Smirking, like, like I don't know. I don't know how to smirk. Faces? I don't know how to smirk. Making faces, yeah, but yeah, of course, because you guys are funny bastards. That's why she's smirking.
It's Brian.
Yeah, it was Brian. Said that.
Are you being too like
I don't know. Patrick's moving on. We had fun last night at the Meetup too. It was great seeing you guys again. Brenda, I love you guys. Yeah. I love you. We love you too, Brenda. We love our viewers, man. That's why the meetups are so fun for us. They're just so fun. I mean, I wish we could do them everywhere, but it's so hard to plan ahead and know where we're going. So
gonna do Quartzsite again. Not this winter, not this coming winter. Actually, it's gonna be this winter we're going to Florida. Like we already talked about it. We really talk about it. It's like, are we really gonna do it or not? Because if so, we need to start doing some bookings. It's one of those things you have to book in certain areas of Florida, and it's like we solely said we are going to Florida, so it's a for sure. So a lot of our peeps in the East Coast get ready to go to Florida in the winter because we'll be there for sure around the Tampa RV time. We'll be right there about the Tampa area because we want to go to the show as well. Yeah. So it's like if you're in the area, if you want to travel there, take a vacation there, it's like we hope to see you there.
Yeah, I need to post something on Facebook to see how many people actually want to do a major meetup.
What Paul wants to do, or he's talking about, and by the way, someone mentioned to me last night. I think it was Mark. He's like, oh my God, it's like Paul wants to go home in Florida when he comes to a meetup, and I was like, yeah, it's like. Paul is a dreamer right here.
A dreamer. No. I want to do like a 4-day meetup at somewhere around the Tampa RV show.
Like literally like book a campground and have everybody in the campground hang out together.
No, I don't want to book a campground because then there'll be people outside of our group there. I want to do like a fairgrounds or some big open area and book that.
See, that's my point. It's like, so anyway, so that's what Paul wants to do. Paul wants to like have a place where we can all go and camp together and just like make a fire.
Do you guys think we could get 100 people? How many do we have on here now? We have 245 people on here. If they all brought their RVs individually, we would have 245 people.
A lot of people are not retired, have the time. A lot of people cannot make it because they have different commitments. But
how many people can we fit in our RV?
In RV? 2 plus Ozzy. Dawn is like, we'll be in Florida the following winter.
Well, you guys are gonna have to step it up.
It's like, no, we're going this winter. So with that being said, George, we're not going to Quartzsite this winter. It's gonna be maybe until next winter or something.
Look, that guy said he's in.
Who's in? I don't know. I don't see anything.
He said he's in.
I scroll up. No, name was Kevin.
Sharon Hudson, thank you so much for adding to the tip jar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Don't scroll up. Just keep scrolling down. Let's just keep moving. And if people have a second question, then we'll get them the second question. Michelle sends her love to you both. Thank you, Michelle. We love you too. That guy you're with.
Oh, please.
No, we love you too, Brian.
We just like, he likes to give us a hard time. And we love to give him a hard time too. I'm not talking double entendre here. It's like, have a drink of wine to cell phone shakes will go away. Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah.
When I was having the shakes.
That reminds me, I don't have anything to drink, so you keep entertaining people. I didn't get a chance to get my drink.
Marty says, Kevin, are you and Laura going to do the eat and talk videos? I think they should.
Yeah, they.
I think they should be doing that. Like full time. Oh yeah. Hold a second.
What? No, they don't need to see this.
This is our new thing right here.
We bought one of these SodaStream things. So
since Baja and seeing the impact that plastic has in the ocean, we're trying to go more green. And actually, Kellen and Kathy told us about this like long time ago, and they told us it's a must-have. And we bought it. And for Paul, there is no substitution for Dr. Pepper. He says always that they taste funny, that it's not quite right, and all that stuff. So he actually bought the syrup.
I'm cheating on Dr. Pepper. It's Dr. Pete. How ridiculous is that?
But what do you think about it? Like honestly,
it's been good.
Yeah,
it's been good.
I mean, it's like
it's not Dr. Pepper.
The first time he did at the measure,
I explode.
Yeah. Oh well. For the first time, he made it at the measure that it says there's like put the full cap, blah blah blah, and it's like he dunks it in, and it just like the thing just exploded, like all the soda and everything just came out everywhere in the RV. Like that was like a bad day, and but then after that he started adjusting the syrup, like taking less because less sugar as well. And actually, he has liked it more with less syrup. Like he says, it tastes more like Dr. Pepper, like with less syrup than actually with the recommended syrup. And for me, instead of like, I like a lot like,
Keep talking.
I like a lot like my non-sugar kind of like sparkling water. In Mexico, I was drinking Topo Chico. Here in the US, I never know, it's La Croix or La Croix. The drinks, like I don't want to. La Croix. I will always like buy the different flavors, and I love the flavors. It's like, but you know what? I don't need a flavor. Or I can just put natural flavor like lemon or something like that. And I do mine too. I have mine too. Like we have 2 different bottles, so he can have his syrupy, sugary stuff, and I can have my sparkling water. So it has been amazing.
Sparkling watery stuff. Yeah.
And we're not putting garbage anywhere. It's like I was trying to see. Vicky and Cliff are here.
Oh, Vicky and Cliff are in the house. What's up, guys?
Like,
Cliffy, how you doing, bud?
We miss you too.
Yeah, we miss you guys.
A lot. I'm trying to see like if I missed some of the actual comments.
Well, they're supposed to repost them, so.
Burn O'Malley, do you want to return to Mexico now?
Boy, I don't know about that. I really liked it down there. It's super cheap. So if you make American dollars and spend in pesos, it's insanely cheap. But I don't know. I'm going to have a hard time retiring and being in one place.
We have going back and forth too with that topic because it's like he knows after he started like just give me 1 year of traveling, and now we have been 2.5 years on the road, and now he just never wants to settle.
Okay, well let's quit.
No, I didn't say right now. I'm just saying.
I'm
not gonna die in an RV. He's like, I'm just saying that.
Okay, scroll, or you're gonna get way behind. Scroll up through those. If we haven't read your question, then they can repost.
Fresh lemon lime or orange in our SodaStream, right? It's like it's what I said. That's actually.
It's making your own Dr. Pete saving you money. No, it's not about saving money.
It's more about
it's about waste.
Not creating more garbage.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, I'm a recycle psycho, and I think also Paul got sick of me like carrying with my recycling garbage.
Yeah, she'll carry the tin cans with us for months to find a recycler. So.
Hey, I never said I was perfect.
So now there's one syrup thing that you toss away. I've had that a month now, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah. I've had it a month. It's made a month's worth of soda for me. Plus, I don't drink it as often because I have to make it. So it makes a liter, and then once I go through that, then I wait a few days before I make another one. That's a lie. I wait a few minutes and then I make another one. But
pretty much that's how it goes.
Pretty much.
Vicky, any plans to come back to Vegas? We miss you. It's like so far no plans. Oh well, I have to be back in Vegas at some point. Oh yeah. Sad story, guys. For the next like 5 minutes.
I don't know if it's a sad story.
It's just like a frustrating story.
A frustrating story. Lori, if that's the worst thing that happens to you, then
That is true.
It's not a bad
No,
thing.
you're right.
Uh-huh.
You're right.
See?
It's true. Well, see, that's the attitude of the show. Well, the thing is, like, I applied for my citizenship in last October, like literally October 1st, and they give you a timeline of 12 months to kind of like finish the process, like actually when they can get back to you or have to get back to you and all that stuff, and that's before my residence card will expire. And now, like literally last time I logged in to see what's the status, is like they already pushed it even 4 months back, so until January 2020. So with that being said, my residency expires in September, and I don't have to apply like for all the stuff I read and all that stuff. I don't have to apply for a new one. It's like as long as I apply 6 months before the expiration date. But anyway, I'm like I'm gonna have to be in this country.
They're gonna boot her out.
And yeah, so anyway, all this is like, am I going to Vegas? Absolutely. When they call me for immigration because my employment
Well, you know,
is
we've been together now 12 years.
Huh?
We've been married 12 years, together 13. Yeah. So they're just trying to make sure that you're not after me for my green card. They know you're after me already for my dashing good looks and my money, but they're just trying to make sure of the green card too.
There's no love involved there.
Yeah.
Like,
they're like, how long can this chick wait it out with this guy?
Let's keep pushing it back and see.
Yeah. Maybe if we push her another 4 months, she'll snap.
Oh my God. I would never snap. He's a keeper. Fred Berger, any modifications planned for the rig? I don't know.
I have big plans for the rig, but Lori won't let me do it.
We were talking about this last night at the meetup, saying how like boys, they don't need too much. They just like where they live, regardless of how it looks. As long as it's functional, it's okay. They just don't care. Girls are the ones that doesn't matter how perfect it is. You're always wanting to fix something, change something, want to do something else. And we were just talking about this last night, and it's like it's true. It's like if you ask me, I will change the look of the entire RV, but is it worth it? It's like at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with it.
Why would you change the look? What's wrong with it?
Paint the cabinets and put new flooring.
Let's do it.
But is it worth it?
What do you mean? Is it worth it?
If we're gonna change RV soon.
Well, let's not change the RV soon. Let's just paint it.
See what I'm saying? We're gonna change RV soon. Then why'd you do it?
And all I want to do is I want to put like a bullet train nose on the front, and then on the back I want a spiral staircase that goes up to the roof with a deck and a couple of palapas. That's all I want.
We're gonna become those people.
It's Kevin's fault. He sent me a picture of a bus with a palapa on the top, so he gave me ideas.
Kevin says, "Hello, Laura just says she found out she's a boy based on your statement." I say, it's like if your interest is actually some
let's hear her get out of this one, folks.
No, if your interest is that, like for example, my interest is not cooking. But Laura is amazing at it, and she's looking at recipes and looking at healthy stuff and all stuff. For me, it's like I eat the same thing. I rotate through my same 5 recipes over and over again. Yeah. And luckily, I don't have a picky husband. He's just like, yeah, it's food on the table.
Speaking of that, toss me some of that guacamole.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, folks, just so you know, full disclosure here, I made this today.
Look at this.
I actually made the guacamole. I used a sharp knife. I actually cut the avocados in half. I did it everything. I even cut the tomatoes. I didn't cut the onions. They were already done.
He's so proud. Happy Bye says, it's like, did you two know you are in Traveling Robert's Amazon Prime movie, Driving to the West? Congratulations, you're Amazon celebs. What? We're royalties, Robert.
Wow.
We're gonna have to touch base with him. I'm just joking. Like, he's super nice, dude. Like he's a super nice dude. He's like, you should watch him. Like you said, he has his voice.
Rich, corriente, and leather.
Don Paul made food?
Yeah.
Surprising, but yes. Oh, by the way, Marty says that he would like to be, what is it? To read your mind, he wants to live in Paul's mind for a day.
Ah!
Marty, American, you have no idea what you're talking about. It's like, it will be chaos.
Yeah, Marty, I'm a hostile man. I just suppress it all. What? I am. I'm an angry dude.
It's like he's so scattered in his mind. He will have like I don't know how many thoughts at once, jumping from one thing. He listened to me, and after like 2 seconds, he already move on into something else. And I told him, "Are you listening to me?" And he's like, "What? Trying to pay attention to me." And then 2 seconds, and it's like, "Oh, squirrel!" And he's like, "Now think about something else."
I'd like to say that's not true, but it's absolutely true.
See, that's what I'm talking
If
about.
you look up ADD in the dictionary, there's a picture of my ass in there.
Anyway, I'm trying to kind of like go through it.
Read them quick, and then we'll, they'll have to come back around.
Well, some of these are not questions, are actually just comment. It's like Howard, hello from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's a place we have not stopped. We passed by. We have not stopped. Like, I think everybody has.
We buzzed through Myrtle Beach.
That's
because we were trying to surprise Kevin.
That's other area that we talk about, like, we need to spend more time. That we're like, oh, it's like we buzzed through it pretty quick, and it was Georgia, and it was North Carolina. It's like, we didn't go to Tybee, we didn't go to, what is it, Diamond Head. Yeah. And so iconic for golf, right? And it's like, so many places to go there. Charleston, we didn't give it a shot. The first shot, we were only there for literally half day, and it was raining. So many areas there also that we want to go. Mm-hmm. And then another time, also Montana, and
a lot of that was, like I said, we were chasing down Kevin and Laura too. So let's blame them. That's why we didn't spend much time in Georgia, South Carolina. We were trying to surprise them.
Paul need to get you hooked on Big Red. You're talking about Dr. Pepper. It's like never. For me, it tastes like medicine. It really tastes like medicine to me. So.
I like Big Red. I like Big Red. It's all right.
So.
Where's my shovel? It's right outside in the compartment.
Like to kill me or?
Yeah, I'm not gonna whack her over the head with it, or what? What's the shovel? Or is it because I'm shoveling shit? I don't know.
Paul, talk about the challenges of traveling in Mexico and not speaking Spanish.
That's a okay. How do I say this? Not speaking the language is a wee bit of a challenge, but I don't think it should kill your trip. The Hamptons, our friends, the Hamptons, they went down by themselves, do not speak a word of Spanish, and they used an app. And
technology right now is your friend, guys. So if you're not really, you don't have to be a techie or like a geeky, but it's like if you just download basic apps, might help you so much. And one of the apps will be Google Translate if you go to Mexico.
Yeah, Google Translate. Kevin and Laura and Tom and Faye, they left us down there and traveled up by themselves and made it. When you go to a country, we all went to the perfect example. We all went to Quebec. And they speak French there. None of us speak French, including Lorena. Some people speak French and English. Just like in Mexico, some people speak Spanish and French. Some areas you're going to get into that are more rural, where they're not going to speak English. Just like in Quebec, some areas they did not speak English. They spoke only French. But you can muddle through it. Like it's
sign language is your
sign language, pointing at stuff. A number is a number, no matter what. So when they say, 50 pesos, you go, I don't know what that is. And they just point at the register receipt and you go, oh, okay. The money is very, very similar in that respect to the U.S. 500 pesos is like paying $500. It's not, but 500 pesos is $25. But if you just lose the fact that don't translate the numbers, like try to calculate what the difference is. If someone says it's 200 pesos, pay them 200 pesos.
And the bills are all colorful, kind of like in Canada or the euros. So it's pretty easy. Like if you see on the register 280, you know exactly what the bills are. It's like just by color coded. So it's very easy to get around. I think, again, it's more, and that happened to me when I first started traveling the U.S. from Mexico. I came like touristing here and all that stuff, and then you cross the border and it's like, oh my god, I need to ask where is the bathroom, how do you say that? So you start like learning certain keywords,
key phrases
to just make yourself understood, or your basic needs, right? Bathroom, water, and all that stuff. It's like, so you need just to learn basics, or even if that, just Google Translate use technology nowadays for anything. So
When we would pull into the gas stations, I would say, Tanque Lleno de la Verde, por favor.
mhm.
I need a full tank of the green, which is Magna. So you could say,
Let's say
Tanque
this
Lleno
one.
de la Magna, por favor. And they would, that's basically fill up my tank with the green gasoline, which is their regular. That's it. Like that little phrase, get your tank full. So there's one thing completely taken care of. Most of the gas stations in the smaller towns are the places where you're going to find that they don't speak English. So if you know how to say fill up my tank, then you're good to go. Restaurants and things like that, that's easy. Just you guys have all seen Mexican restaurants. They have the same food down there that you have here: quesadillas, tacos.
The real ones, though.
Yeah, but everything's fresh and good. So I think it's a challenge. It makes it a challenge, but I don't think that it makes it where it's so difficult that it's something you shouldn't do. We went to Quebec without speaking French, any of us, and there were some challenging moments. I went and tried to buy a part in Montreal. Kevin and I went to try and buy a part. It was next to impossible. Like I said, the part I needed, they would go point at something on the wall, and I'd go, no. And then I would explain the part again, and then they would go point at something else on the wall, and I'd go, no. So I made them give me their parts book, and I flipped through it, couldn't find it, and we wound up not getting the part, but no big deal.
The funny thing is, like, we went for a party in Mexico at the Ford, and I don't even know how to call that part. Like, Polly's like, ask him. It's like, has this? It's like, I don't know how to say that in Spanish. I don't know, like, car parts in English or in Spanish.
Or in Spanish. So
it's like, I don't know what you're asking for. So it's like, and Polly's like, told the guy in Spanish, like, part number, and told him, like, in Spanish, the number of the part itself.
I said suspensiones, which I figured had to be suspension.
Yeah.
Right? And then I said the right is derecho. Derecho is right. So I said
derecho is straight.
I said derecho atrás, so right side back. Brazos suspensiones, so suspension arm.
And then you give him the number, and he just literally just like click the number and all that stuff, and he's like, oh, and yeah, then show him the map.
Yeah, he turned the computer around so I could see the parts. I pointed at it, and we worked it out that way. But that's part of the fun too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
So Chris Belafalo, Paul, well, in Mexico you spend a lot of time at the beach in the sun. Why no tan? What happened? Believe it or not, Chris is like he's tan. He is tan.
Yeah.
From Mexico. I mean, I know he's still like my whitey boy, but it's like he's except the belly. The belly's still super white.
What? Okay, it's still super white.
It's like, but yeah, he used to be one of those people that he just like gets sun and peels, and he didn't peel really.
I tan pretty decent. Like I'm not, I don't spend every day outside, so yeah, I didn't. I'm inside working on a computer, so. I wasn't outside as much as I would have liked, but I literally did not put on shoes for 3 months.
Like, quick story. This is a funny story.
What? Oh, wait a second. Whoa, what's the story?
We went to San Jose, and we're walking into the plaza, La Comer, like it's a big grocery store. And we're walking, but we're going towards Starbucks to see like how the Wi-Fi is there and all that stuff. And all of a sudden comes some of the kids, Galen and all that, running like Paul and Miranda, they recognize us. The kids from the schoolie. And the reason they recognizes us is like out of the blue, they're in the parking lot because somebody said parking lot, is because Paul was wearing the same bathing suit that he wore every day while we were in Cabo. It's an orange like bathing suit that he will wear, like it's the first
while we were in Todos Santos.
He will put in well in Baja you wore that bathing
suit. While in Baja, yeah. I pretty much wore that bathing suit every day.
Yeah, so he will get in the ocean and everything, and just like all the time, so he just kept it on. But anyway, talking about like being sandals, no shoes, and bathing suit every day, just t-shirts. And as soon as we got back to California, now we gotta have jeans and socks on and stuff. And a jacket in the mornings. Yeah. Well, it's fine. It's better than getting snow somewhere. It's like... Sorlito is like, Brian, you need to find a Topgolf. Absolutely. I would like to do an actual meetup at the Topgolf. I think that will be very fun. If you don't know what Topgolf is, usually in the major cities, they will have this how you explain like
it's an electronic driving range on crack.
but you don't really have to know golf to go there.
Okay, it's an electronic driving range / bar / nightclub.
Like literally, they have top tables and it's a bar and there's different turns and you go to hit the ball and they provide the clubs and everything. It's like, but you don't have to know. You just have to go and just have fun and just hit it if you can. If you cannot, you cannot.
It's like skee ball with a golf ball.
Exactly.
But yeah, to have 30, 40 people doing that makes it tough. Like to get everybody in. Brenda says, listen, are you asking questions and Lori's ignoring you, or you mean in general in life? We might have to talk, Brenda. Maybe you don't speak loud enough. Maybe no. Hopefully it's not on here.
What have you learned? I will have to learn American. LOL. Aid Collins. Different kind of English, I guess.
Yeah, Aid. You know the English language that you guys know over there in UK. Just throw that shit out the window when you come over here, because we don't speak it right over here, brother.
Well, it's kind of like the Spanish in Spain, the Spanish in Mexico, totally different kind of Spanish. But we can still understand very well.
Yeah, we can understand each other, but we murder the English language over here.
Spanish from Spain, besides the lisp, is very like old Spanish, like the old word Spanish. And in Latin America, like not only Mexico, Latin America, they have more like different kind of words or different like more newer Spanish. So that's the difference. So when I hear Spanish people speak, it's like, oh, I have read that on the books when it's that old Spanish. Chris Bolafada, you did impress me with your dancing skills, though.
Dancing skills?
When we were on the boat, remember?
Oh,
we were dancing
on the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that, cat. But yeah, on the cat. But.
Oh my God. Let me see. Let me go back down to see. Okay, what are you going to do in Florida this winter? We don't know.
We're definitely gonna visit the 6-foot rat.
What? Oh,
Mickey Mouse.
I was like, what?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna visit Disney World because we have to. I would like to go back to Silver Springs and go kayaking. That was amazing. Like I really liked that, and I would prefer not to get threatened by a monkey, but I would like to go kayaking there again. I'd like Kevin to do that this time, to get a monkey mad and charge him. That would be fun.
Okay. I'm not sure how you're gonna pull that off, but okay.
I also would like to do a cruise if we can. We are due a cruise. I know Kevin and Laura are going on a cruise
in November. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't get invited to that cruise, but it's okay.
Yeah. We'll just stay on dry land.
Yeah. We just cry.
Yeah. Curl up in a ball.
But
you know you're gonna catch shit for that.
Here's the thing.
Yes, we are gonna go to Fort Wilderness.
Paul and I have been talking about we're due for a cruise. We're so due for a cruise, and it's like, and I wanted to do one here while we were here, but it's like, no, why? We're going back to Baja where we just were there. Mm-hmm. So we're like, no, we went into Florida. The nice thing about RVing and having this flexibility is that you can do a last minute cruise somewhere. So that's a nice thing about it.
So people are gonna stay in Silver Springs. That's awesome. Tim's in the house.
Silver Springs is very nice.
Nice meeting you last night, Tim, as well.
Yeah.
Tim in San Diego.
Go to Florida Keys, absolutely. I mean, that's a must. If you go to Florida, you have to go to the Keys.
Cards Against Humanity. Are you kidding me? Play Cards Against Humanity? Like for a meetup? Oh, hell no.
Where are we saying that?
People like us now, Brian. Cards Against Humanity. Brian wants us to play.
Oh, my God.
Definitely.
The funniest thing ever, like playing with Brian and Michelle, because Michelle is just so conservative.
Yes.
And Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, we need to ask her how that happened, her and Brian. Because she's so nice and conservative, and you're not, Brian. At all. But we love you just the same. Yes, Tampa RV show, January 15th to the 19th. So yeah, we'd like to do something like the 10th through the 13th or something like that, 10th through the 14th, so that you guys are close enough so that you can pop over to the Tampa RV show. And if you want, we could all go over there and like have this big group walk in and just take over the RV show. I'm just thinking a small group. I'm just thinking like 200-300 people.
See what I'm talking, people? See
maybe
what I'm talking?
Upwards of 500.
Valerie says, how many more years do you think you will be RVing full time? I mean, we don't know. I mean, we're taking it day by day, year by year, and just see where we go with that. It's like, but we don't know. I mean, there is a plan, personal plan that needs to happen, and that requires a house.
Yeah.
So at some point we might get a house, but it's like, but so far it's like we have not done it or talk about it, not anytime soon.
Yeah.
So, but
Boom,
anyway.
Kevin's on duty. Are you kicking people off? I didn't even get to see the comments. Are people being jerks? Good for you, Kevin.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, these people in their basement.
Okay, I'm going back down again.
Going to the bottom.
Is Tampa bigger than Quartzsite? You mean as a
It's-
meetup, RV
It's
meetup?
completely different.
Yeah, it's totally different. Quartzsite is literally all boondocking. There's a few campgrounds there, but most people will not stay in the campgrounds. And it's like it's all about RVs. It's all about like just staying there for a few days or 4 weeks or even months on the winter time. Tampa is an RV show, so a lot of people will go there because if you're buying an RV show, you're curious about one or something like that. It's one of the biggest ones in the country, so people will go there for that. And we want to check it out. We want to see other RVs and document something like that. So it's like experience it too. But a lot of people
And it's not as dusty.
and a lot of people on the East Coast will go to Tampa just for that. So you have a big crowds of RVers in the Tampa area for that. So is it like Quartzsite? No.
No.
But it will still pull.
That's what'll be interesting about the Tampa RV show is that there's so many, like the RV parks are going to get taken over. I know you can camp at the RV show. They have camping right there, but there can't be that many spots. And you have, in Quartzsite, you have 100,000 people boondocking around the place, and it's just a big dust bowl. Again, Quartzsite is a big, dusty, not very nice place. It's all about hanging out with the people. That's really what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a great place. It really isn't.
It's ugly. It's dusty.
It's ugly and dusty.
It's just all about this social scene right there. Like getting together with your peeps or with people you have an interest with. Not necessarily people there, but you can go to all these groups where you have some sort of interest with them. So
it's not a beautiful place. Like it is not a place you go to hang out for weeks on end if that's not there.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly. David, Manny, if we go to the Tampa, can we do a python hunt? I help you with that one. I'm not a hunter, obviously. It's like, but I know they're destroying the ecosystem there because they're not original from there, and you're allowed to kill them. Like if you see them crossing the road, they tell you drive on top of them because they are just like massively grown by the numbers, and they're destroying all the ecosystem there.
I will wait for you guys in the RV while you do your python hunt.
Oh,
I'm not doing that.
Such a wuss.
Banff, we want Banff. I know there's some folks that are going up to Banff this year. I don't know if Kevin and Laura are going to make it up there or not, but we're not going up to Banff this year. And Kevin and Don have been to the Tampa RV show and said it's big.
Arvin We Go says, what's your most memorable moment and worst? Oh, that's a very tough one. Like that's a very broad question. So
most memorable moment
and worst. That's very hard to tell.
Worst moment? I don't know.
I don't really have a worst moment. Like I really don't think we have.
We don't think that way.
Something very bad because as long as we're healthy and unharmed, we think everything is okay. Everything is it will solve itself. It's like it will. What's the saying? It's like don't worry for the things you can fix or can't fix.
Yeah, there's two things you should never worry about: the things that you can't fix and the things that you can fix. So we really don't focus on bad stuff. We had a blown tire that ripped the snot out of the side of the RV and broke a bunch of stuff and pulled wires out. So what? We replaced the tire and put it back on. I've now got a bent hitch from down south. We had to replace 2 tires on the car while we were in Mexico. We haven't really had anything that bad. We'll have to think about that. Most memorable? Man, this like the 2.5 years, man, when we start to think about all the stuff we've done since we started full-timing, it's insane. Like it is really overwhelming. And again, it's something that we're so grateful for. And a lot of the most memorable things are like the meetups are awesome. Like
Mm-hmm.
this year in Quartzsite, with what we just said about Quartzsite being ugly and all that kind of stuff, this year at Quartzsite was crazy cool. Like literally every night for 10 nights we hung out with viewers.
There's where you really feel the love, and not only the love, but the energy of positive people being around each other and getting to know each other. You guys have no idea. The people at Quartzsite, they got to know each other. I mean, we're not talking about us, each other. And now when I see Facebook, once in a while I see a picture from somebody, and there's the other people that they met in Quartzsite commenting on their pictures. So they already make friends and all that stuff.
That's powerful.
Yeah, it's like Ed and Dorindy and Kelly and Craig, they actually got together and come together and they hang out and they met at Quartzsite at the meetup. So it's like all these people met and now they're like following each other because they kind of like there was that positive energy of everybody together for a common thing.
I do have one of the most memorable moments for me was also a bad moment, was losing my phone on a glacier in Alaska and having to the next morning take a tram back up, hike up another mile, and go find my phone on the glacier. I mean, for me, it's something I will always remember. And, you know, it wasn't a horrible thing, though. It sucked, but at the same time, it was really a memorable moment. You know, again, because of this, you know, my best friend Kevin, I now have a best friend Kevin who we met through this. Mm-hmm. So that's a memorable moment for me, is hanging out with those guys. That's why I want to go back to Silver Springs. Silver Springs was one of those places that is magical in a kayak. Absolutely magical. Mm-hmm. And
as long as we don't see the big alligator, that's it.
No, and I want to even see that too. But one of the most memorable moments from that, I hear Kevin on a conference call, and he's checking into the conference call, and I hear him say, "This is Kevin coming from the river," or something like that. "This is Kevin on the river," or something like that. And I'm like, how freaking cool is that? He's on a conference call on a kayak.
At the Springs kayaking, having his conference call at work. So yeah.
I'm like, that's the way to have a conference call, man. Yes. I'm like, that was awesome. So that was a memorable moment.
I don't have specifics. I don't have, because I have so many like great moments all along these 2.5 years that we have been doing it. I mean, so many great moments, from like moments like just with my hubby doing something that we enjoy together, to moments with friends, to moments of meeting new people, to moments of actually just being wowed by nature. It's like having a good time, like just listening to a live band. It's like so many great moments that it's hard to pinpoint one or a worst moment. It's like we have, luckily, nothing too bad has happened to us, knock on wood. It's like, so I cannot even point a bad moment.
Hopewell Rocks, like.
It's what I'm saying. Robert Anderson says, like, cursing against humanity is what we play at Christmas with the kids. It's like, you're a very open-minded family.
Hopefully they're older kids, not with like grandkids and stuff.
Yeah. John Noeb, hello from Oregon. Love your vids from Los Barriles. Moving to East Cape RV in the fall.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Los Barriles, yeah. So amazing little campground, like little casitas, like super cool.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah. Let's see. I just scrolled down. The Snowdens are in the house.
Are there places to book hotels near the RV show in Tampa? Yeah, absolutely. Aid, are you going to come over for that? That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
you would win longest traveler meetup traveler. We don't have a prize for that, but you would just win that.
But there is Tampa's a big city, so definitely a lot of hotels around there. John Sanessy, the glacier phone incident was a classic. It's like, you have no idea. He didn't sleep that night just thinking about his phone.
I just wanted my baby back.
If you don't know Paul very well, he's like, Paul actually cannot live without his phone. Like, one time, I remember, like, it was like 8 years ago. Like, we have a fight for some reason. I can't remember what it was. And I took his phone away from him. And it has been I had seen him 2 times extremely furious and mad with me. Only 2 times in our whole marriage. One was when I took his phone from him. And the second time is when we were on an off-ramp of the highway in Las Vegas. It's only a 1 lane, but with a big shoulder. And this, there's always those a-holes that you're waiting in line for the light to change. And there's a-holes that go on the shoulder and just pass everybody to turn the right. And Paul was just waiting, like literally waiting to cut one off. But I'm in the passenger side. On the shoulder, it's like somebody actually crashes into us. It's like it's on my side. So because he actually wanted to actively do that, I just like put the mirror in so he could not see the traffic coming on that shoulder. And it's like that was the second time that he got that.
That's a good idea. Put yourself in harm's way by me not having a rearview mirror.
No, by you cutting off somebody and crashing into us.
I'm not gonna crash into somebody. And then yes, Mom, when she took my phone away, I was going to choke her out.
I'm serious. He's serious with his phone. And don't take it away.
Come on. That's just a horrible thing to do to somebody. You're not my mom.
You're such a wuss.
Midwest, Don. We're talking about that. And when we say we're going east from Yosemite, we talked about going through Colorado and heading over that way. And maybe
Midwest,
even
that's west.
No, but going over to do our internet South Dakotans so that we can become South Dakotans with Kevin and the rest of the folks.
Are you gonna become South Dakotans?
I don't know what we're gonna do.
We're gonna have so many neighbors if we become South
Yeah.
Dakotans.
Yeah.
We see so many on the road now in campgrounds.
And what's weird is that ours will be bigger than Kevin's. Our box number will be higher than Kevin's, so then he's always gonna hold that against us. Go, ha ha, I'm number 1,000 and you're number 10,085.
Okay.
It's a thing.
The Snowdens, by the way, hi Steve. Oh, so Steve, different comment. Sorry.
The Snowdens are in the house?
Yeah.
How's the beaver?
Oh yeah, they got a new beaver.
Yeah, they did.
We have so many friends now with beavers.
Yeah.
I feel
maybe
like
we should get a beaver.
Now I feel left out.
All right, I know.
He's like, oh my god. He's like,
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to kind of like keep up with this.
George has got a new baby, a new grandbaby. Congratulations, George.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul told me, it's like, George had a new baby.
George and Melissa had a baby.
And I'm like, I don't think they actually have a new baby. It's like, it's a grandbaby.
Well, I was just surprised because George wasn't even showing in Quartzsite.
Oh my goodness. And if you have more questions, I'm having a hard time kind of trying to keep up with the questions, scrolling back. So if you have any other questions, please put them.
No going back, Lori.
How many military checkpoints coming up from Todos Santos? Four total. Like there was 2 extra ones, but nobody was in them.
Yeah, there was one was a federal police checkpoint, and nobody was in it.
Yeah, so it's like just 4 total basically, and they just take literally 5 minutes to go through your
5 or 10 minutes.
Unless they chat with you, and then it's like, oh my god, it's like they take 20 minutes. Tampa RV show boondocking in the parking lot for $20. Just FYI.
They want enough space for all of us.
From Pam. No, but thank you. I mean, if we even want to move there while the show is happening, it's like, yeah, that's an option.
And that probably means planning way ahead, which we're not going to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeff Foster, I heard that the pythons are mixing with other snakes. Is that true? I have the factual information, so I don't know. It's like Stuart Little. Hey, Paul, how's your mom doing?
Crazy as ever.
She's doing good.
Yeah.
She's actually going.
She's back out of the campground now because it's summer up there, or somewhat summer. But she's doing good.
Yeah, she's going through kind of like a new phase of her life that she's trying to second guess a lot of the stuff she had done in her life and trying to improve herself. So I think that's a good phase in her life. She's trying to improve like her life and herself and the way her outlook at things too. She doesn't think we eat plants anymore. Now she's just like, it's okay, whatever you eat, it's fine.
I think that's true. I think she's just faking it on us.
But the other day,
is my mom here tonight? Probably not. She probably doesn't have. She doesn't have signal out at the out of her campground. At least that's her excuse for not watching.
By the way, if you guys want to try an amazing veggie burger, we just had one the other day.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah,
I was crazy.
I told Paul, it's like, I heard that Carl's Jr. has the Beyond Burger. We should check it out. And Paul is like, yeah, Carl's Jr., he's not a big fan, first of all. Second of all, his like Beyond Burger is not his Impossible that he likes. So I was like, come on, let's go. And we went there and asked for a burger. And it's a Charles Broil Beyond Burger. You literally cannot tell it's not vegan. Well, you had cheese.
It's not. It's not meat.
That is not meat. Yeah. It's like, so it was.
Go to Carl's. Go to Carl's Jr. Order a Beyond Star. Just do it. It's incredible.
Yeah. So it's like highly recommended if you feel like, oh, it's like I'm curious about it, and I would like to try something like that, but I'm not sure that's your place to go.
Best plant-based burger. So good.
John Tennessee for the Tampa RV show. What is the closest hotel to the show? I have no idea. Like I have not researched that far in advance.
Google. Google.
GTS it. Google that stuff. Oh, Sharon Hudson just sent $14.99. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon.
Love your videos and thank you for all the useful content. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. So
Did she say our content was useful? Oh, wow.
That's what she said.
I think you're in the wrong channel, Sharon.
Kevin Klein. Paul, I've already reshared the mailbox next to Kevin and Laura.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, now you're going to be best buddies. Neighbors. It's funny because sometimes Kevin will ask people with solid-colored plates. It's like, oh, we're neighbors. What box are you in?
Yeah.
It's funny.
The Buchanan said they're going back to Arizona because there's no bugs. That is the one thing that is great about Arizona is, yeah, no bugs. That's the desert Southwest.
I'm already trying to psych myself to I'm going to be okay because bugs love me. Like if there's a bug that bites, it will find me and it will beat me. Like I will wake up in the middle of the night and it's I will wake up with new bites. I will go to the bathroom and from the walk to the RV to the bathroom, I will get new bites. It's like, it's just horrible for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already trying to say, it's going to be cool. We're going to see springs. We're going to see the ocean. It's kind of Caribbean weather. So it's like, I'm psyching myself to go to Florida because bugs, yeah, that's the downside of Florida.
Mm-hmm. I saw someone say, am I drinking a SodaStream? Yes. And I like it. Somebody else said they got rid of theirs. They didn't like it. Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else, right? Some people are going to like something and some people are not. It's going to depend. We'll let you know. We've only had it a month, and so far it's been good. For us, it's really all about the waste. So it's about getting rid of all of the waste. But, you know, you're still going to have, once in a while, you're going to have some stuff to toss away. Mm-hmm. So, see, she's giggling. And
I just like, I'm like, Chris Bellafada, Lorena, we love you. Just saying. It's like, thank you.
Oh, I noticed there's nothing, no mention about Paul in there.
I'm assuming Chris and Katrina, I'm assuming. And then actually, Katrina, I still have your candle. Like, I'm like halfway through, but I still light it up once in a while. They give me, at Christmas time, a candle that smells amazing. So, anyway. I don't know why I just brought it up. I just brought it up. I don't know. Jody, I hit Florida bug snakes, more bugs. Yes.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of bugs in Florida. There's no doubt about that.
But no, there's no place perfect. I think like if you concentrate on the bad things, it's you make yourself a harder time to be in that area.
Right.
So it's like just concentrate on the good things. Like I know there's gonna be tough the bug stuff, and then now it's not in Florida. But you know, I'm concentrating all the cool things I'm gonna get to see and experience again. And all that.
Yeah, the plant life. Whenever there's great plant life and everything is green and lush, there's going to be bugs. That's the one thing that was crazy about Mexico. There were some areas down there that were pretty green and lush that didn't have as many bugs. But I understand that we maybe just hit it at the right time of the year because somebody said that there's a ton of mosquitoes down there. We didn't notice hardly any mosquitoes at all, or I didn't even notice any. So I don't know. Maybe we just didn't go to those places.
Bite you, so
hey, dude.
They bite me.
People like you. They're right there.
Like what? Like I don't know what you're saying.
So could you say hello? No.
Hey, buddy. Come on. Head bump. These like Scott and Trisha, definitely usable info on your videos. We leave for Nova Scotia, Quebec, and Toronto in 2 weeks.
Nice. You guys are gonna love it over there. They're gonna love it. Like that again. Those places were very memorable as well. Montreal and Quebec City. Oh my goodness, they are just beautiful. There's so much history there. The architecture is insane, and it was awesome. Now it would have been nicer if it was rainy while we were there. Remember, it was raining a lot while we were there, so that took away from some of it. But we made the best out of it, walking around sometimes in the rain, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's the area we're thinking about going back with more time. It's like, I read something and I was like, I read this, and I forgot which one was supposed
Somebody
to be.
said get a bug shirt.
Kevin said Vermont is supposed to have a huge tick outbreak this year. I'm glad we're not going to Vermont.
Wow.
But, see, I'm very paranoid about all that stuff. Even when we were traveling through all that area, I would see all the signs about take warning, and I will be always checking myself, making sure like none of them got on me. When we were bicycling or hiking through the woods, I would be like, ooh, ooh, you kind of like, and Paul would make fun of me all the time. But now we literally know somebody who has Lyme disease from a tick bite. So, and he's struggling. He's really struggling.
He's not having a good time.
So that put into perspective that it's not paranoia. We just have to be careful of always checking, like you don't have a tick on you after hiking or bicycling or anything like that. So yeah, I'm still gonna be paranoid about it. Every place has a few negatives.
Yeah,
absolutely. Jerry, just got a tuxedo cat. I see you have a cat. I love cats. Like, yep, love myself. I love like animals, like dogs and cats, but we prefer to have cats. It's just so much easier to keep up. I would say, although it's like dog people will tell you it's like but they don't greet you like a dog greets you. So it's like it's just different feeling, I guess.
Ozzy greets us, but he doesn't bark.
He doesn't care. He just says, "Hey, what's up?" and that's it. A bug shirt. Actually, when we were on the northeast, on I think it was Freeport, where were we? I can't remember. We were somewhere on the east coast, and we bought ourselves on El Bean. It's a spray that will you put on your jeans or your hiking pants or whatever, and it's a bug repellent and it's supposed to last for I can't remember how many amount of washes, so you don't get anything on you. So I bought it because I was struggling with bugs back then. I still have it. I have never used it.
I don't think any of that shit works.
I don't know. I mean, it's like
I don't remember wearing bug repellent when I lived in Canada. Like, I just don't remember.
Maybe you happened to be in an area of the country that didn't have that many bugs.
Oh, come on now.
Southwestern Ontario was full of bugs, but I just don't remember mosquitoes and stuff bugging me when I was a kid. What camera are you recording this video on? It's just the Note. It's the Note 8. So we're just using my phone. Right now, I don't know if the stuff stopped, the jittering, and I don't know what the hell to call it.
This note said, in for the beaver meetups as well. I don't know how to take that one.
So many beaver jokes.
Jody, I live in South Florida training horses. South Florida was total misery for me. Scorpions, fire ants, rattlesnake. Oh, that's true. Rattlesnakes, mosquitoes.
There's scorpions in Florida too?
Never been down after a rain or at night. It's like, I think about the scorpions. It's like about the fire ants.
Right.
And they also have those teeny ants that somehow they get in your RV somehow.
Well, like friends of mine from Canada said, oh, it must be so amazing to live in Las Vegas. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And then there's coyotes and scorpions and rattlesnakes and, and they were like, oh, screw that stuff.
I'd rather have the small stuff than the big stuff. Like I said, it's like I'm afraid of bears, so it's like I know where my position in the food chain I am.
That is true.
That
is true.
Anthony,
your position in the food chain is pretty important.
Anthony Hernandez, hello, love your videos. You guys been to the Norwest yet? Like Seattle, Tacoma area? Actually, last year we bussed through there. We really didn't spend that much time there because we were on our way to Alaska and then coming south from Alaska. We were gonna spend. But then we had to kind of like rush back to Vegas, so we didn't get to actually spend that much time.
Individually, we were all the most there for a month.
But we were not really exploring.
No.
Like we never went to Olympia National Park.
No, we didn't go out there.
Part of
it.
It.
Yeah, we went through there on our way up to Alaska and our way back from Alaska and spent some time there. While our coach spent a lot of time there while we were in Hawaii. But yeah, we love it up there. Portland, we spent a couple of weeks in Portland. That was awesome.
Okay. Kelly's actually giving me like. Don't worry about it. In the Tampa area, there's really not many bugs, especially in the winter. I hope so, because that was not my experience when we got there, but it was already late in the season as well.
Thanks, Kelly. Your check's in the mail, so I can convince Lori to go now.
What's my cat's name? Ozzy. Why is Ozzy?
We have some new folks in the house.
Yeah, that's Jerry.
Yeah.
He's like Ozzy is because of the Prince of Darkness, because he's black.
He's named after Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. Well, he might not know who the Prince of Darkness is.
That's why I ask you why he's called, so you will tell the story. But you're like,
okay. I didn't know. See, I wasn't paying attention. I was out doing hikes and
outside of here. Look how beautiful this is. You guys can see that out the window, right? It looks like friggin' Hawaii right there.
You should take just a
crazy
phone just for a second out and plug it because but it might disconnect like it might,
it might
like
disconnect
the cell
or
signal,
something.
but like literally it's just green hills all around. Like green hills you can see there, like it's like that, like 360 degrees.
Here, let me show you guys. We're gonna wind up disconnecting. You watch, we're gonna wind up disconnecting. So here we go. We're gonna show you guys the green hills out behind us here.
Just don't mind the U-Haul.
Yeah, the U-Haul there. We don't know how long he's gonna be there. They're doing a big giveaway in the
they're giving
in the
away
casino.
An Audi car, and then every hour like $2,500, I think.
Yeah, every hour $2,500, but you got to go be in the casino, and we're not going to do that. But the Audi A3 is pretty cool. They're doing that at 8:30, so maybe. Oh, Leon, Elaine, and Pinecone. They threw us some bucks. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Amazing. They were at the Meetup last night. Amazing group. Amazing couple. Wow, there's a bee on the window.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's crushed. I think it's dead already.
Yeah, he's already dead. Oh, and then see something just like touch my arm and I freak out like a little girl. But Leon and Elaine, yeah, it was great meeting you guys last night. That was awesome. That was really cool.
I heard skin cells up from Avon is a good mosquito repellent. I heard the same thing.
I hear it's good baloney.
We were talking about it last night actually, and it worked. I think it worked for Nancy, but it didn't work for Elaine. Something like that. Anyway, it's like
it's one of those things that it's like a diet. Like everybody has a different diet that you should have. Like there's no one diet for fits all. Same thing with bug sprays. It doesn't seem like some people say B12 worked. It seemed to work for us on the Nosians, but then once we got up into Georgia, the mosquitoes up there were like, screw you, we don't care what you're wearing, and they ate us anyways. So
eat, sleep, RV, repeat. Nathan Floridian here. Flying roaches, scorpions, spiders, and mice. But the beaches and weather are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's true. It's like, I mean, you take the good with the bad, right? And just try to go with that. It's like Chris Philo, Paul, serious question. Have you made any upgrades to suspension? For example, yes, i.e. Safety Plus, Summer Springs, etc.
Nope. No, I mean that we haven't made any. To be honest, Chris, I haven't seen the need for it. Like the coach rides good for what I expect a gas coach to ride like. I don't have any steering issues. Like it doesn't seem to wander. I don't know. I've been talking about doing the Safety Plus or one of them, like the Roadmaster Safety Steer, one of those things, steering stabilizer of some sort, just to see if now that I've put 30 or 40,000 miles on it without it, if I notice it with it, is it that much easier? Or whether it makes very little difference. Because now I've got a really good baseline for what works and what doesn't. But I don't get tired when I'm driving it because I don't get a lot of pull. So no, I haven't. I am going to replace both front shocks. When I'm taking a left turn now, the front right seems to be dipping a little bit. So I think the shock is out on it, and it makes a weird noise every now and then. So I got to get up underneath there and check it out. But I really just think it's a shock that's out. But it hasn't affected the handling or anything at all. I've thought about doing a Hellwig sway kit and all of that stuff, but if Lori makes me get rid of the coach, then I don't want to do any of that stuff. Now we're all wonky. Let me see if I can.
Wonky.
Yeah, it's all wonky now.
George Smith says, where did you say that you were? I'm assuming that's after you show the outside. We are at the casino. Palma Casino in north of Escondido area.
Yeah, Casino Palma.
Yeah.
Pauma.
Very nice people. Like everybody was super friendly.
Brian keeps wanting us to kiss. This isn't porn, Brian, for crying out loud.
Kiss. Snowden's tea tree oil works really well for horseflies. Maybe work for mosquitoes too. I might try everything once we go back again in that area. The funny thing is, like, we bought all kind of mosquito repellents over Florida, and we have not used them since we left the East Coast.
You know what works best for mosquitoes? A snowmobile suit.
Covered head to toe.
So you trying to be funny?
No, I would never try to be funny. Are you kidding me? I don't have to try to be funny.
Please.
I'm freaking hilarious and you know it.
Okay. I'm gonna just kind of like, it's funny because there's a Scott and Trisha Bradley, and Tim is asking if they're the Scott and Trish from last night, but it's like no.
There was no Scott and Trish last night.
No, there wasn't. That's the thing.
Who was asking that?
Tim.
Tim, what couple are you talking about? Tell us where they were sitting, and I'll tell you who they were. Sitting next to you on your right was Cheryl and Mark, and then I know who you're thinking of, Scott and Tina.
Tina, yeah.
Scott and Tina. Yeah, so you were close. You were close.
Okay, so I'm gonna
let me take over.
Moment.
No, I'm gonna take over.
Okay.
I'll take over now, and you just drink and look good and stuff. See you, Brenda. Brenda's got to go.
That's gonna be a tough one. Today we're tired today. Like yesterday we went to the zoo all day long because it has been the first sunny day in a long time. So we're like, let's go before leaving San Diego.
Right.
And after that we went to the meetup. By the time we got to the house and all that stuff, it was like we were like wiped out. And this morning somehow we woke up early. We were like, what a week early. But now it's like all day long we were being dragging.
5-star tuner. Yeah, the 5-star tuner I've been looking at as well, but I really haven't seen any need for performance upgrade either. I mean, we drive 55, 60 miles an hour, so it's not like we need to go any faster. But the 5-star tuner, yeah, people should look into that. This other person says, impressed with our driving skills in Baja with a big Class A, or you got a screw loose. Yes, both of those. I'm actually a pretty good driver. I'm a good driver. What's that show? Rain Man. I'm a good driver. I'm pretty good with a steering wheel in my hand, but I also have a screw loose.
You should tell them the story about the welding.
Oh, I got a welding story for you guys. Yeah, but so we're gonna ignore the. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. Oh, yeah. What wine are you drinking tonight, Lori?
Oh, tonight I actually opened it this morning because we were saying this. I'm Campground with Scott and Tina, and we met them in Cabo. And I have this sparkling wine that is from Baja area. Well, no, from Mexico. I just went out to that. I thought it was actually from the Baja area, but it's from Mexico, from Querétaro, more mainland. And it's a sparkling wine that has a touch of sea salt. So if you know your sparkling wines, you know they're usually sweet. So this one is not super sweet. So that's the nice thing about it. And it's called...
Anthony, I knew what you're saying. Anthony said Kmart sucks. He was saying that because in the movie, Rain Man says Kmart sucks. That wasn't a bad thing. I don't know why that got deleted.
It's called Vivanti. And it's actually pretty good, pretty tasty. So that's what I'm having today, sparkling wine.
Please do a vid of how you guys met. We already have one. So just go to our channel and search how we met. And I think that's what it's called. And so we have a thing about that. Lori she was online. She was searching on hotcanadianhusbands.com, and I popped up on a picture, and she was like, he's all right. So then she ordered me online. Next thing you know, we're married. That's it in a nutshell, but.
Like, it has zero to do with it, so just Google the video and watch it.
Yeah.
It was randomness and serendipity is what it was. So what else? Read the comments.
Okay.
Read what you're reading.
Okay, so right now you guys just chat amongst yourselves. I got a great welding / mech story for you guys. So back in when we were up in Alaska, I had one of the heat shields. There's a heat shield that runs all the way down one side of your coach that blocks your exhaust from getting heat on your propane and some of your other components. That had broke loose on the back of the coach, so I wrapped a bungee cord around it. It had been bungeed for the last year, and I didn't worry about it. But there was a front piece that broke and was just tapping against the front of the coach, making me crazy. So on the way back up, we were in Vizcaíno. We overnighted there. On the way out, we saw a welding shop, and we stopped in, and that was one where Lori came in handy because she talked to them in Spanish because nobody there spoke English. So that was I could have did the pointing thing, but we didn't. Said can you do this? Yep, no problem. How much? He kept telling her, oh, it's not too much. It's not too much. She's like, well, how much? No, it's okay. It's not too much. Okay. So the guy talks to his boss. His boss says, yes, they'll do it. They come out. They go underneath. I show them the spots I want welded. There's 2 guys. Then the 2 guys crawl underneath together. One of them's deaf. He can't speak, not only speak English, he doesn't understand Mexican because he's deaf. So
Mexican, you mean Spanish?
Spanish, yes, that language. So the deaf guy crawls up underneath, starts welding. About 30 minutes in total they work on this coach, and he welds the snot out of that thing. I don't think it'll ever break loose, front and back. And they get done, and the guy's telling Lori, well, we did this, and then we did that, and we did this. And I'm going, oh, man, this is going to be freaking expensive. They're going to hammer us, and we didn't get a price, right? We didn't agree on a price. So I said to Lori, I go, how much? She goes, well, he's telling me all the stuff they did. I'm like, okay, I get that. And then I hear 200. And I'm like, did he just say 200? And she goes, yeah. She goes, 200 pesos. I was like, 200 pesos, and in my brain I'm like,
that's
$10.
Yeah.
It was $10. The guy was charging us for this welding job. I told Lori, I can't give this guy $10 for this. So I actually gave him 500 pesos, which is $25. And so I probably ruined it for any of you guys that go through Vizcaíno and need a welding job. He's going to hammer you guys all now. But I was like, cerveza para ti for you guys. And he was like, oh, thank you. Gracias, gracias, gracias. And off he went. But $10. In the United States, they wouldn't look at this thing for under 100 or maybe even more.
And have a 2-week wait.
And then we can get to you next Tuesday. They literally did it right while we were there and waited for $10. It was crazy.
Yeah, and it's funny because when we were walking away, it's like we hear them talking like this. They're going into the shop, telling everybody, this guy gave us this amount of money for our beers, and all that stuff. They were so excited about it. So yes.
All right, give me the phone.
It's like so Brian says, Paul, so how did you fix your level and leg issue? Did you buy a new leg or repair the old one?
So you guys saw that I repaired the old one. It lasted about a month. I made a little bit of an error, I think, with how tight I tightened the top up, and it didn't last. So it lasted a month. Couldn't fix it. Got up here, ordered one. It was $1,800 on eBay. The next day I get an email saying you're getting refunded your $1,800. So I email the guy, you don't have it or what? No response, but I got the refund. I jumped back online. I found another one for $1,500. So thank God for unanswered prayers. They sent it. We had it in a couple of days, and I put it on, and it seems to be working. But still $1,500
for
Ouch.
one.
Ouch.
And now there's a second one giving us problems right now. So
the problem with Atwood is that they got bought out by Lippert Components, and Lippert Components killed them. And I like the electric jacks because they're precise. They don't bleed off. There's no fluid. There's all kinds of reasons I like them. The thing that sucks about them is if they go wrong, you can't. If they lock down and you can't get them back up again, they're almost impossible to get off if there's pressure on them. Now there is the safety where you can use a nut driver on a wrench, or a nut driver on a socket on a screwdriver or a screw gun, and make that work. But they can be a real pain in the ass. We'll see. Might wind up being $4 or $5 grand for a new hydraulic system. But
I tell Paul, it's like if it's that amount of money, we put the down payment in another RV.
I did reach out to one of the hydraulic companies, I won't say their name, and said, hey, I'd like to work with you guys, put on a hydraulic system, if you guys could do a deal for cost or something. And they basically told me to go screw myself.
Yeah, they were not
So
nice about it.
I was like, oh.
But with that being said, the people
No
you
problem.
deal with this Jack, the best customer service ever. Like after dealing with so many companies that they suck at customer service, like they don't get back to you, they forget about you. They're like, what you want?
A shout out to Leisure Coach Works, and I think they're in Fontana or San Bernardino area. But Leisure Coach Works, the lady in the parts department, Janet, was awesome. Like absolutely awesome. I think the guy was Darren, but just so pleasant on the phone and so nice to deal with, and called me back when they said they were going to call me back and answer the questions that I needed answered, and got it to me literally overnight. It was amazing. They were awesome. So Leisure Coach works. Thumbs up.
Yeah. Jersey John says, my wife and I are on a 6-month around the country tour. What's the average number of days you stay in one place? We love Utah and Arizona, and I feel like this 6-month trip could be 4 months. LOL. Well, that's how it started with us. Like, I gave Paul 1 year on the road. I told him, I give you 1 year full timing, and let's go on the road. And,
that was 2.5 years ago.
And that was 2.5 years ago, because it's true. I thought, oh, I can do the entire country. It's like in that amount of time and just hit the places I like. And all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, there's so much to see, like so much. And we're going through this little narrow road in the map. It's like there's still all this area. So there's when I was like, well, we have not a job to go back to. We have no like house to go back to. It's like, well, it's like, let's leave it open. Let's do it as long as it's fun. And once it stops being fun, then we stop doing it. But it's like, but yeah, the 1 year became so many more months or years after that because of that. Because like you said, time goes by so fast when you're doing something that you enjoy or are in places that you enjoy being. So yeah, 6 months, very short time, I would say. But how many average? I would say
that's so subjective.
We have changed so much.
It used to be like 3.
The first 2 years was like very much like hit bucket list items, and just that was our focus. So we'll travel fast to get those bucket list items just quick. So it was like 3, 4, if that, and that was like a long time, 3, 4. Now I think we are starting to say probably
we're trying to do a week.
Yeah, a week, max 2 weeks in places. Shortest probably like this. Like we're in a casino and we're allowed to stay here for 3 days, and we're staying here for the 3 days. So it's like and this has been a short stay. Like we just came from Sweetwater County Park, and we were gonna be there a short stay for 4 days, and we were able to book only 2 days because of the holiday weekend. But my point being, now we're looking into longer terms, longer like times to be there. So it used to be 4 days max, about 2 days minimum, and now it has become more of a week in places. There was another one. Happy vibes. Are you still loving your RV, or are you looking? If so, have you narrowed down what you want? We're always looking. I feel like
Lori's always looking. I'm happy with our RV. It works. It's not fancy. It's not a crazy ass diesel pusher with marble countertops and stuff, but it works. Lori's done a great job with decorating it, and she's done a great job. The bathroom has been painted and redone, and it's amazing looking. I think it works for us. So I don't really give a shit if anybody else likes it, but we like it.
Yeah, for me, it's like I think we would like to stay on the Class A life, just shorter. Actually, not 34, actually shorter. But so that's the part that it has keeping us looking at other stuff. And I think I have narrowed it down to what I would like. Obviously, it's a shorter one.
And you have people say, well, it's only 4 feet. What's the difference? 4 feet is 10% of your length, if you think about that. And it opens up parking spots. I'm telling you, the smallest you can go and still be comfortable, because it enables you to go to places that other people can't. We met some folks last night that had 30-foot coaches, 24-foot coaches. Leon and Elaine, they have a 22-foot coach. They can stay anywhere that they want to stay, anywhere. And again, I heard people say, well, I can go anywhere I want to go. That's different than going anywhere you can go. Because when you have a super, super long coach, there's places you can't get into. You just can't. There's places that we went into in Mexico that we shouldn't have went into. But we squeezed in. That East Cape Road, if you're more than 35 feet, you're going to get caught in one of the dips. You're going to wind up high centering and having your drive wheels off the ground. It's going to happen. So you're not able to go down that road. And I would have been disappointed if we didn't do that road. It was amazing.
It was one
crazy
of
beach
our
boondocking.
highlights in Baja was that road right there.
Yeah, it's 40 miles of dirt road with some of the most pristine, amazing boondocking in North America.
Yeah. So
if we had a Class B, we could have went to even more places down there that were amazing. Especially a Class B 4-wheel drive would have opened up even more stuff.
Definitely. So many places you could go with that. Just for us, it will be like a tight squeeze. If you will, like, it's not. I mean, I know, like, for a lot of people, they love it. I mean, currently they're doing it and they love it. It's like, for us, if we know ourselves, I think it will be a tight squeeze for us and something like that. Chris Villafado, you guys realize that when you use the word beaver, you set yourselves up for many puns, and then it's like it's hard for me to resist.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Like, oh, yeah.
The beaver jokes just flew in Quartzsite when Tom and Faye's beaver was there. It was just ridiculous every day, all day. Poor Faye.
I think there's one in the snow dance. Debbie and Randy got introduced to the beavers. I'm not sure that you will have to confirm that, but I think there's when they got introduced and now they own one.
Yeah, they couldn't handle it anymore. They wanted to have the beaver jokes.
Get well and done with a fancy pusher. It will be $200. Yeah, doesn't matter what it is. It's always more expensive with diesel pushers, even if it's the same kind of work. It's just more expensive.
Yeah, even George. See, George is one of those guys that just speaks the truth, so that's awesome because we know people that have a 40-foot diesel pusher and go, oh, I can go anywhere. And George goes, there's places I can't go, most places in California. Yeah, California is especially, though. I mean, California is a special case even. Like, there's just 28, 30-foot, 32-foot in some of their state parks. There's limited spaces. It's a really tight area when you get close to the beach. So yeah, it's different. A lot of the center of the country is not so bad. There's a lot of great boondocking in the desert, especially in the desert Southwest, where it doesn't matter what size you are. But yes, thanks George for that. Appreciate it. Always speaking the truth.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Patricia, 30 and less.
Yep. Scott and Tricia said we're 38. We were we wish we were closer to 30. So I think most people, not everybody. I mean, but I would say most people, they're a larger size. They wish they would have gone smaller. There's just very few that I have met that they want to upgrade to a bigger, but it's like very few people. Okay.
They like the damn jokes. The dam was cool. I don't know why I didn't take a flashlight in there. All I had was I had a big light for the camera, but I don't know why I didn't take a flashlight, so I could have went in further. But when there was shit crawling across my feet and those damn bats making all the damn noise, I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to get the hell out of there.
Tim says, oh, speaking of Santa Barbara, don't forget about Cold Spring Tavern, like where they had the live music. He told me that a very neat place, a Cold Spring Tavern. Cold Spring
Tavern. Lori, can you remember that?
No. That's what I've told you. We'll get there. Is their food fairly safe for cattling? I would say yes.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, I would think most of the state parks have a max of 35. There's going to be some that are 28 and less, but most of them are 35 and less in California. There's going to be some of the roads, though, that are still tight when you get into some of those little beach towns if you're trying to travel the coast, but you'll be all right. 30 feet will be fine.
Lori Love says, we live in California. 30 is fine. And she says, we were at 30-foot fifth wheel and love it. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Fifth wheel. Yeah. I would
30-foot fifth wheel is
oh my goodness. Fifth wheels are just big.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
That's what Nathan and Tess had last night. They had a 30-foot fifth wheel. It's perfect. Plus, they open up so much. 30-foot fifth wheel is going to be as much or more living space than what we have because we have the cab that we have to
the
worry
driving
about.
Part of it. Yeah.
So yeah, they're awesome. George says nothing over 40. I totally agree with that, George. It's just unnecessary.
I don't think it's unnecessary. I think there is
a 45-foot coach is not necessary.
It's not a need, it's a want.
It's a want.
Here's the thing. It's like I don't see anything wrong with a 45-foot or a 40-foot. If that's your style, if that's what you want. Just like
I totally agree with that too.
You know what you're compromising. You know you're gonna be close to the national parks. You're not gonna be in the national parks. And that's okay. If that's you're choosing like your comfort and your style and the size of your coach for that.
Right.
Versus being in other places. For us, it has been more about we want to get into some places that you cannot get into if you have a larger coach. That's a different priority. So it's depending where you prioritize.
Right.
But here's the thing: every time I see a 40-foot coach and I go in, I'm like,
We
oh
want
my
it.
god, I would love to have this space. It's like a really nice size apartment.
Yeah. We
went to Barry's and Nancy's coach, and oh my god, beautiful coach, brand new, it's long and all that stuff. They have all the goods. It's like oh my god, I'm so jelly. But it's like it's depending the kind of style
It depends on the travel you want to do.
that you want to
Absolutely.
do. So I'm not a hater of big coaches
I'm a
like
hater.
Paul is.
I'm a hater.
It's like I think they're beautiful. You just need to know you're gonna compromise, and you're probably gonna pay more going sometimes private in certain places instead of state parks or national parks. You're gonna have to pay private and pay more. So you just need to know that.
But just because I'm a hater doesn't mean they should go F you and I'll get whatever I want. I mean, you guys should do that. That's what you should do.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Like,
Of course.
they're not waiting
Just
for
because
your
I'm screwing,
approval.
I totally agree with that, and they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They should totally go screw you. I'm going to buy whatever I want. Just like when I get my Tesla and I have my full-on electric house and electric car and electric RV and electric everything, and have all my solar and wind power and all my clean energy, and then I can tell all those people to go to hell.
That was very random. Have you
Yeah, I
been
know.
holding that up?
Yeah, it's pent-up anger. George and I have been talking about. I've been talking about clean energy, and then people are fighting me on it. It just drives me nuts. No, let's just pollute. That's awesome. Let's do that.
Kevin says we're in a 27-foot coach now using the TME vegan RV measuring tape.
Exactly.
You have to tell this joke to her, right? It's like, anyway, it's like when we go to campgrounds, sometimes we see there is a limit of 32 feet or 30 feet, something like that. But we know we can squeeze in. We'll actually book the place itself because knowing that we can squeeze in, people are like, "Are you really that size?" And we're like, "Yeah. Do you want to see it? We can measure it and just pull up our tape, like we have modified to actually measure." Like
Yeah, we need to get that.
32 feet.
But here's the thing about that. Like there's some state parks and it'll tell you the length of when you're booking, it'll tell you the length of the pad, and it will tell you the length of the RV that they have, and they'll say 28 feet, and then the site is 58 feet long, and it's like, why can't I have a 34-foot coach in that? And it's set at 28 feet. So we'll book that all the time. Like I would book that all day long. If it says 28-foot max coach, but the thing's 54 feet long, I'm gonna book that.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing about that. There's gonna be another site that's 70 feet long that has a freaking Class B parked in it. You want to get me fired up? Let's get started about that.
Oh, I almost got into a fight with a lady in the hot springs in Arkansas. And it was because, somebody asked me.
We were already getting ready to pull into there.
By the way, somebody asked me what's wrong with Ozzy because he's pacing back and forth.
He wants attention.
He wants attention. He just wants to play right now, so he's trying to catch our attention.
Somebody just said, stop bashing my 45-foot. Who is that? I'm going to screw with them somewhere.
Well, Hot Springs, Arkansas, we were in the national park and we wanted to stay there. And we literally already had picked, it's our first come, first served place. So it's like we had already picked our spot where we could fit. We couldn't fit on many places, many spots there. And also some of the spots that were long enough, they were so unlevel that we could not level there. So finally we found one and we're like, let's get it quick before somebody comes in. So we're literally in front of the spot, unhooking the car from the RV so we can back in. And a lady with a Class B plus kind of
Yeah,
Class
B,
small.
Class C small.
I'm not sure how you call it. Like she pulls in and she's ready